So today I've been Googling Destiny leaks, right? And it turns out this Destiny chap, he's like maybe a bit of a pedo, definitely a cuck, very definitely gay, and there might have been some other stuff in there.
There was a video going around that I managed to miss, but I did see screenshots of it earlier this year of him sucking someone off.
And everyone thought it was Nick Fuentes.
Yeah, it might have been. Has Nick denied the allegation?
So he was friends with Nick Fuentes a couple of years ago. And everyone was like, isn't Nick Fuentes gay? And Destiny's definitely gay. And here's a video of Destiny.
I was just starting to like that, whatever his name is.
Nick Fuentes.
No, not Destiny, the other one.
Nick Fuentes.
He was getting quite interesting.
I quite like Nick.
A podcast with Russell Brand. I was telling Carl.
Where Russell didn't wear a shirt.
No shirt. Yeah, this is welcome to 2025.
And Nick Fuentes is the reasonable person.
He's
on the podcast,
sensible one.
Nick Fuentes has also been the reasonable voice in all, as far as I'm concerned, in all of the theorising around Charlie Kirk's murder.
He's not been bad, actually. I
agree with his takes on this far more than most other people's, because it's what appears to be most reasonable to me.
And he was extremely magnanimous. He was how I found out.
And he's been accused now of taking the Zio money because of it.
Well, I mean, I'm the one accusing him of that.
To be fair, that would be a genius.
I got the call, did you, Nick?
That would be.
DM him on Twitter now, actually.
That's a genius plot, isn't it? It'd be the most anti-Israel person ever, just hating them just for years and years, and then you take the Zion, and it was like a 10-year plan.
Yeah, and I love one of the ways that they're accusing him of doing it is that one of the people with Candace Owens who came out about all of this was Max Blumenthal. And in taking the apparently pro-Zionist stance, Nick's gone like, what, you're going to trust Max Blumenthal, that Jew?
Do you know what I think it is? Seriously, it's two things.
I'll let you know what he replies with.
He
just DM'd Nick.
Oh, brilliant! We'll get that. Like
you took the Zio money.
Yeah, just full caps.
Live on the show, folks.
He was the most magnanimous about, because he had all those feuds with Charlie Kirk, famously the Groiper War, and his tribute to him was so magnanimous. Yep. And he was saying pray for him on Twitter was how I actually found out about it. So he's been, but one thing, what I think is happening is. He knows that he's like had his push to be. It's his time. It's the Fuentes era. The Tucker Carlson thing he won, and he sees like, oh, I can actually be mainstream now. He's got New York Times profiles, so he's in his mind. He's like, I'll be the mainstream, sensible guy suddenly.
And to be honest with you, this is entirely to his credit. Like he should do this.
Yeah.
Like if he wants a long-lasting career, that's what he needs to do. Actually, so like pivoting on the Israel thing. I'm not saying I agree or disagree, but it is a smart move.
I don't necessarily think
he's not going to pivot. He's not going to pivot except for this one thing.
I don't think it's a pivot.
He's not going to except on this one thing.
Yeah, but this is a major thing.
But this gives him more credit for his usual Israel stuff.
With normal people, with like people outside of the online sort of conspiracy.
Yes, because he can say I'm anti-Israel, but for these very sensible reasons, not because they did this. Yeah.
Well, I think he's just going with what the evidence is most strongly pointing towards, personally. But anyway, we're supposed to.
I can't believe that Nick Fuentes is pivoting on his. So you're telling me
only on this
Nick
Nick
Fuentes is going to go to a screening of the Passion of the Christ, and he's going to walk out, and it's like Israel has a right to defend itself.
He's going to touch the wall.
I don't think we're going to see that.
He touched the wall. Yeah, he's going to touch the wall. He's going to have the trip. The paid trip out there that everyone gets offered. Yeah,
Mr. Netanyahu.
I got offered that.
I know. I didn't know you were going to admit it. That's why I just said.
I got offered that trip, but I obviously didn't go.
Friends of mine.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You seriously got offered a trip?
Yes. Week-long paid thing in Israel, but I just didn't.
It's a thing.
Was it that thing?
It's a thing.
Was it the same? I was going to say, was it the same thing that that Hazoni was offering to Connor?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And I politely.
You were like, this is not going to look good.
I know it's Julia Hartley Brewer who just followed me as I was saying to you. She was like there saying like, hey, the hostages, like you suddenly see them out there saying very sort of pro-Israel things, or Connor's angle of being not as pro-Israel but taking it. Friends of mine are taking the trip. You'll see soon. Friends of this show are taking it.
I know.
I don't want to say who. I'm not taking it.
No, you are.
Luckily, I'm not. Luckily, I'm not important enough.
Nick and Nick.
I'm not important enough to be offered, which is great. Or they just know that I know Nima. But, but there's no way.
It's going to be Nick and AA taking the trip together.
There's no way I would go. Friends of mine are going, and I won't say who, but they're friends who like a scrap. I said to them, "You sure you want to do this?" And they said, "Yes." They can't wait to like. who do we know that likes a scrap?
Well, there you go. I can't wait to get.
I mean, that's a lot of people, man.
Okay, a very tall friend of ours who likes to get stuck in online. He's going.
But he's been pretty on that side for a while.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So it's consistent.
We were supposed to be talking about BreadTube.
We will get to BreadTube.
It's a 90-minute show.
I'll tell you where I got to in my Destiny.
All ties together, to be honest.
Complaining about it.
It should be an hour. It says Lads Hour.
Can't it just be an hour, guys?
And why is it apostrophe after the D on the website? Because that would be the hour of a single lad. Rather than...
Oh my god.
Well, the audience gets to decide which is the lad.
It should be lads plural, right?
That is a good point, actually.
Which lad is it?
This is where I got to in my Destiny research. Yeah. Apparently, he had sex with Lauren Southern. That doesn't make any sense because Lauren Southern is hot.
Yeah, but that's well known. Did you know that?
This is
Carl knows more than he's going to say.
I'm not going to say anything.
Not confirmed by any public information. However, there is a lot of circumstantial evidence out there pointing to the idea that they did, and possibly she either had or aborted a love child, but that's an extra rumour on the side.
Shut that out. This is all like totally defamatory. This is very paywall, isn't it?
I'm not sure that's defamatory.
I'm not being defamatory. I'm discussing publicly acknowledged rumours that are out there, and I'm simply reporting them.
Why would Lauren Southern do that?
See, I dissed her once online. She DM'd me to say, why'd you do that? And we actually sorted it out. But I was thinking, she's not even allowed in the country, so there's no point.
Someone's saying Paul Joseph Watson had sex with Destiny?
She also had sex with...
I don't understand why anyone has sex with Destiny. He's like 5'3" and built like Gollum.
But she also had sex with Andrew Tate, although she later wasn't thrilled about it.
Well,
allegedly, yes.
Yeah, somebody said, wasn't it in her book? No, the allegation was that Andrew Tate struggle cuddled her.
Yes.
And she wasn't thrilled about it.
No, she wouldn't.
I'm just going to add a little bit of value to the stream. For those of you at home, right, type in Lauren Southern sister. Thank you later.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Anyway, right, so Destiny. The reason that Destiny is important to BreadTube is essentially Destiny has wet nursed BreadTube into existence.
Gross.
He's the reason we have Launch.
And Hassan Piker.
Yeah, I mean, they both come up.
They were both in his orbit.
But Hassan came up through the Young Turks, but Vorsh specifically was in his community.
Hassan had that kind of legitimacy from the Young Turks, but it was really being in Destiny's little orbit of like streamers and left wingers.
Yeah, there's video clips from 5 years ago you can find of them being friends and having friendly debates.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is, Destiny is a neoliberal, right? He's like hardcore sort of UN style neoliberal. He's actually not a leftist. And so he's had his wars with them as well, back and forth. Like there was a time like 2 or 3 years ago that he was just like, no, I'm 100% anti-left now. I hate the left. The left is cancer. Because all the people around him were fucking terrible people, obviously. But now Donald Trump's...
Destiny thinks you're a terrible
Yeah, exactly.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he seems to delight in taking these like perversely sensible, but like almost like neo-composition.
Yeah.
But they're not being sensible at all with his rhetoric, is what crazy rhetoric. But to give him full credit, he is one of the best people at very quickly checking Wikipedia I've ever seen.
That is a skill.
Mr. Borelli. Did you remember that? Norm Finkelstein just purposefully giving him the wrong name every single time. We've read 10,000 books on this subject, Mr. Borelli. All you've got is Wikipedia.
Right. I didn't see that. I did see that when I lost all respect was when he tried to claim the grooming gangs didn't exist after a very cursory Google. Yeah. I'm like, you just very quickly Google stuff. And after that, I was like, why are people having this guy on the shows? Like, Jordan Peterson.
Vorsh did the same thing.
Oh, tell me all your brilliant ideas. It's like, he's on with Jordan Peterson. Like, this guy just quickly Googles.
Yeah. He doesn't have any brilliant ideas. Insane. But the thing is, like, Destiny used to be, I think it was a pro StarCraft player.
Oh, yeah.
And actually, once you realise this, you realise everything about Destiny and it all makes sense. Because you'll notice that what he does is gish gallops as quickly as he can, gets as much out as he can.
He gamifies it.
StarCraft is about clicks per minute. Right, you professional StarCraft players have like a certain number of clicks per minute to get things done in the game, to get like a certain number of things out. Yes, that's exactly what Dan was talking about. But this, and so Destiny just approaches all debates through the lens of a professional StarCraft player. It's like words per minute. If I say enough words, then I win the debate. That's how Destiny works.
And that's the one thing he is impressed about, is speaking quickly.
Yes.
Also,
and doing things very fast.
wasn't the first big controversy I ever heard about Destiny regarding was the JonTron debate, where JonTron
came out and gave some accurate figures.
Yeah, was not really prepared or experienced in debate at all, but still was absolutely right on everything that he was saying. But the big, particularly correct thing that he said was when he cited figures showing that in America, rich black men still commit more crimes than poor white men. Destiny was furious at this, and it kind of got JonTron cancelled for a bit, because I remember JonTron having... Semi-cancelled. He went up, when he was still friends with Ethan Klein, I remember hearing about this, because I used to listen to the H3 podcast, forgive me. It was back before he was insufferable, and JonTron came on and was like, yeah, I'm not going to take any of that back, I'm not really going to apologise, can we just ignore this whole subject?
That's a crazy stat. Wouldn't you?
Because JonTron is based.
Imagine getting carjacked by a black billionaire. Like he smashes you over the head with something, and then tries to sell you his app.
Just look at Raja Jackson. He's only just been arrested today. You know, the guy who beat the shit out of the wrestler live on stream a couple of weeks ago.
Oh yeah,
Rampage Jackson's son. He had no reason to behave in such a irrational and violent way. He's rich, so he comes from a very well-off
socioeconomic factors.
Socioeconomic factors cannot be blamed. He just felt disrespected, so he thought, I'm going to try and fucking kill this guy.
Wasn't it that black women had a higher crime rate than
black women have a higher murder rate than white men?
Yeah,
I immediately believe
wild,
that,
isn't it?
without needing to check anything.
Yeah.
It's true.
Just like JonTron, I will not look that up. I'm joking.
I'm going to look up the...
John had
I'm good friends with John.
I'm pretty sure John had been getting a load of it from Stefan Molyneux. Because I saw an old clip of you guys talking back in the day, and you were both like, oh, have you been watching Stefan Molyneux stuff recently? He's been doing some great stuff. And I was like, JonTron, you're our guy.
Yeah.
Middle name Aryan for a reason.
Oh, he is.
That's his actual middle name.
I went and hung out with him in New York in 2018. Or was it 2019? I can't remember. But I was still a liberal at the time, and he was definitely to my right. He was very definitely to my right, and I was like based. Looking back at him now, I'm like, okay, yeah, he was
good man, John.
Yeah.
PewDiePie also, can't say why I know this, but I have had it verified by a number of independent sources. PewDiePie, like, ridiculously our guy. Yeah. Ridiculously so.
No, he's just making videos about Aristotle for no reason, you know what I mean?
You what?
I thought it was kind of well known, wasn't it, with him?
I know, but it's always like in the room of it.
Okay, I don't want to get in more trouble.
I thought the sun was black. Yeah, I bet you did.
If you would like to see the full version of this premium video, please head over to lotuseaters.com and subscribe to gain full access to all of our premium content.